In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Dear students, hope everyone is fine and enjoying good health. Dear students, the topic for today's lesson is extracting metals from their ores. Listen to the lesson attentively and note down important points discussed. Learning objectives of today's lesson are: the students should be able to explain how the reactivity series has been helpful in extracting metals from their ores. Describe extraction of iron and aluminium from their ores. Dear students, it is quite difficult to extract metals from their ores. Normally the process is in two stages. First, the metal compound is separated from the rock and other waste material. Next, the metal has to be extracted from the metal compound. Dear students, metals high in the reactivity series form stable compounds. These compounds need a lot of energy to split them. This is done by a process called electrolysis. Electrolysis is a chemical decomposition of compounds produced by an electric current through a solution or liquid. It is a process by which electric current is passed through a substance to effect a chemical change. The chemical change is one in which the substance loses or gains an electron. The process is carried out in an electrolytic cell, an apparatus consisting of positive and negative electrodes held apart and dipped into a solution containing positively and negatively charged ions. Pure metal is deposited on the electrodes. Dear students, electrodes are conductors to carry current into and out of a solution known as electrolyte. The electrode from which electrons emerge is called the cathode and is designated as negative. The electrode that receives electrons is called the anode and is designated as positive. Dear students, metals lower in the reactivity series form less stable compounds. These metals can be separated from their ores more easily by smelting. Dear students, here I will explain extraction of aluminium from bauxite. Aluminium is the most abundant metal in the Earth's crust, but one of the most expensive to extract. Aluminium ore is called bauxite. Impurities are removed from the bauxite, leaving pure aluminium oxide, or alumina. The alumina is melted, then an electric current is passed through the hot liquid. Pure aluminium is produced. Dear students, here I will explain extraction of iron from its ore by smelting. Iron is the second most abundant metal in the Earth's crust and is the most used. Iron ore is called hematite. Dear students, how is iron extracted from its ore? It's a long process which begins with concentration. Concentration removes the water and other volatile impurities such as sulfur in carbonates. This concentrated ore is mixed with limestone and coke and fed into the blast furnace. From the top, it is in the blast furnace that extraction of iron occurs. The extraction of iron from its ore is a long process that helps in separating the useful components from the waste materials such as slag. Dear students, what happens in the blast furnace? The purpose of a blast furnace is to reduce the concentrated ore chemically to its liquid metal state. A blast furnace is a gigantic steel stack lined with refractory brick where the concentrated iron ore, coke, and limestone are dumped from the top, and a blast of hot air is blown into the bottom. All the three ingredients are crushed into small round pieces and mixed and put on a hopper which controls the input. Hot air is blown from the bottom. This causes the coke to burn to form carbon dioxide. Burning coke provides the majority of the heat required for this process. Carbon dioxide rises in the blast furnace and comes in contact with the coke. It reacts endothermically to form carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide reduces the iron oxide and hematite at the top of the furnace to molten iron metal, which runs to the bottom of the furnace. Waste gases, for example nitrogen, carbon dioxide escapes from the top of the blast furnace. The limestone is used to remove impurities in the iron ore. This process is called smelting. Aluminium may be most common metal in the earth, but it is the most expensive to extract. It takes 17,000 kilowatt of electricity to produce 1 ton of aluminium. This electricity would supply a whole town for 1 hour. Dear students, in today's lesson you have learnt some new words. You are required to find the meanings. Words are electrolysis, electrolyte, smelting, alumina, blast furnace, bauxite. Dear students, go through this video again for better understanding. Solve the attached worksheet to test your concept. That's all for today's lesson. Thank you and have a nice day.